I had to give a fucking fake apology to that douchebag Louisiana swamp trash. A fake apology, James. They made me, man. Yeah, every time we would step on the scale, he was usually like 185, 188. I've seen him as heavy as 188. So I'm 182, 183. I don't ever get above 185. I'm just a small, lean guy, and I'm always doing cardio in the bedroom with all my mamacitas. So you can imagine, like, I'm burning calories at a constant rate, and my weight is just always being kept down. So he's a bigger guy than me, but Dustin Poirier is a weight bully. He has to have all this weight advantage on these guys to feel like he's the bigger and better guy and has more power. So I just fight at my natural weight. I achieved the American dream. What I've done and built my business and my life up from is the complete, story and definition of the American dream. So I'm very thankful, for everything I have, and I just want to keep enjoying life and doing what I love, fighting. Best business for Dustin, the biggest money fight he can get is Colby Covington. We got the backstory at our old gym. I had to give a fucking fake apology to that douchebag Louisiana swamp trash. A fake apology, James. They made me, man. Dan did me dirty, man. I had to do this fake apology like I cared about that piece of shit swamp trash, dirtbag, tax riding, fake charity motherfucker. If he wants to keep any honor and dignity, James, for him, his family, for his team, for his friend, any honor and dignity, he needs to come fight me. Otherwise, he's gonna have to look in the mirror every day and know he's a bitch and a coward. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I'm working my way up the pound for pound list, and I believe I'm the #1 pound for pound fighter. So that's what he does. He fights up and down. So that's a viable fight. That's a possible fight, and I love the matchup. I think it's a great matchup for me. He's a pretty good kickboxer. Pretty good. He wasn't like the best. I've seen him get knocked out a few times before. So he's a pretty good kickboxer. He keeps his range. He's good with that. But he's never fought a well-rounded martial arts like myself. A guy who grew up in blue-collar, hard, grueling wrestling, American wrestling. Like that shit's not stoppable. I'm not worried about cum shot in his fight. He hasn't beat one contender yet, James. Let's talk about facts and truth. You're talking about a guy in Colby Covington. I've beaten UFC champion after UFC champion, 4 or 5 UFC champions on my resume. Won a UFC title. So this is the most prestigious and biggest fights in the sport. You're talking about a guy who's fighting his first contender fight, a contender, and this is a guy that is not a true welterweight contender who's getting knocked out by lightweights. Dilbert, he got knocked out by a lightweight. You shouldn't even be a contender, dude. So I'm not really worried about that fight, but whoever wins the fight at the UFC, that's what they want to do, and that's the business and the route they want to go. That's another easy money paycheck. I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. I think Conor's going to fight Nate, man. That's the biggest money fight the UFC can do. Trilogy, they need to close that chapter. And then if he wants to fight for the title after that, yeah, no problem. He can go fight for the title. He has the biggest name. He won world titles across 2 weight classes. He did this mega fight with a boxing superstar, Floyd Mayweather, and created ridiculous numbers. So I think that guy has the leverage and the name to be able to do and pick and call and choose his shots. So that's what he'll do. Whatever shot he wants to do, he's going to call it, and he's going to get to do it. So it's just, that's how life is, and it is what it is. That's how it goes. But when you put together a resume like his, there's no reason to complain at it. I was giving him honest information. He likes to beat her a lot. A couple times he left her bloody, but I guess he finally beat some sense into her. So she finally became to her senses that she needed to leave him. He's a dirtbag. He's a scumbag. Look at the guy. He's just a complete criminal felon, just piece of shit, demonic person. So I'm happy that she finally took the right measures and is getting some help in her life. Fuck cancel culture. I've always hated cancel culture. They tried to cancel me, but they can't. I'm not cancelable. I'm a winner. I keep winning. You can't stop my destiny because I put my destiny in my own hands and I work hard, and you can't stop me. It's undeniable. Who's that? What's her name?
Sean Strickland. He's a middleweight fighter. He used to fight in your weight class. He fought Usman.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Must be. I don't know. I've literally never heard of him. I didn't know there was. Is that a girl? That's a guy, you said?
It's a guy. Yeah, he trains at Extreme Couture. Yeah.
he hasn't accomplished a quarter of what I've accomplished in this sport. But, you know, if the UFC wants to give me more easy money paychecks, James, I'm always down to take easy money paychecks. But the guy is not credible anymore. He has no legit wins. He's coming off a losing streak. You're talking about the biggest and best pound for pound #1, you know, welterweight fighter in the world. Not really. I mean, whatever. The UFC is not going to pay me to get an easy fight like that, James. Ben Askren is Ben Askren. You know, he got melted in the fastest knockout in UFC history. The guy's still a virgin. He had to get his kids with test tubes. You know, we knew that was science to get his kids because he's a 40-year-old virgin. Napoleon Dynamite looking motherfucker. But completely different fight. James, I'm one of the, if you ask the people, they probably tell you I'm the pound for pound #1, and that's how I feel. You know, I feel like I beat Usman coming off my fight in November. So I'm the #1 pound for pound people's champion. So, you know, that's what I'm going to keep doing, is just winning big fights and just absolutely dominating these guys, not giving them any hope, any chance. You know, they're not going to get no lucky knockouts. There is no lucky submissions. This is just straight domination and getting beaten to a pulp.